Is this the first time in Hungary?
Yes, my first time in Hungary.
So you will attend the 100th Hungarian Championship. Have you ever fought against any Hungarian boxers?
I don't think I fought against a Hungarian. I fought against a guy, he wasn't Hungarian. I want to say he was from Yugoslavia. Yeah, but I didn't fight against a Hungarian.
Do you know any Hungarian boxers? I mean, you know Coco.
I know Coco, and I know the one guy that the 3-time gold medalist, which has to be an awesome fighter because no matter what era you're in or where you're from, it's like you can dominate a country for 3 times. That's 12 years basically. You dominate the country for 12 years, maybe, right? Maybe. Not many people do that, but maybe. But to win the Olympics 3 times, that means you dominated the world 3 times. There ain't many people do that. You understand me? Yeah. I mean, to me, you gotta think about it. The only person I can think of that did that probably was, I know Clarissa Shields did it as a woman, but women boxing is not as old as male boxing. So it's not as many good women boxers as there are men. For a man, only other person I can think of is Teofilio Stevenson. And I think he did it 5 years, but to win 3 gold medals anytime, anywhere is unbelievable. You understand me? I couldn't have done it. You understand? Because it's like it just wasn't in us to do that like that. You know, it's just, you got to be a special dude to win 3 gold medals at the Olympics. 3. He had to be something special.
So if we are...
Actually, I just figured out you fought Michal Franek from Slovakia.
I did. That's what it was, right? Yeah, Franek.
That was in Seoul, the very first fight.
In Seoul?
Slovakia, yeah.
Slovakia.
No, that was my 3rd fight.
No, that was the first one.
No, it wasn't my 1st fight.
Let me check.
It might be my 2nd. He might be my 2nd.
Was the...
Hey, wait, no. He was my 2nd fight. I'm tell you what it was. I got it right for you now.
Then you have 5 fights in
Listen to me. My Colombia from Africa was my 1st fight.
That's true.
The Slovakian was my 2nd fight.
Yevgeny
from Russia was my 3rd fight. Richard Woodhall was my 4th fight.
Yeah, and then the Korean guy.
Yeah.
At the Olympics, 88,
I
right?
don't remember much, but I remember that.
I just tested.
So, how do you remember that Olympics in '88? That was the biggest defeat you ever suffered, although it was obvious that you won against Park Si-hoon. So, how was that?
Me, in hindsight, and not really even in hindsight, right away, like a week later, I figured out what it was. You know, it's like, for me, I do believe in a higher power. I do believe in God. And so for me, I felt like right away that God had prepared me for that too, because I had experienced that a few times before. And my dad used to always tell me, you better not cry, because I knew I got cheated, right? So at that point, what my dad taught me came to fruition, you better not cry. So I didn't cry about it, but I was like, you know what? Enough of this. If you're gonna win and you still can't, you cross the finish line first and you still can't win, you didn't cheat, you ain't took on PEDs, you ain't do nothing wrong, and you still get second, why would you do that sport? But when I got home and started looking in the little kids' eyes that all looked up to me from my gym, I said, oh gosh, here I go. So I knew it was over with. I had to start back fighting, right? Well, then it became apparent to me why it happened. Because it happened to me because I was probably the only person that could have happened to, and that could have rebounded from it the way that I did, who would have used that negativity as positivity in your gas tank. So instead of becoming just middleweight champ now I'm finna go over and become heavyweight champ, because y'all turned me on high when y'all robbed me. You understand me? So not many people know how to take adversity and turn it around, but I feel that's what God made me the example of, a person that know how to turn adversity around. And when you can turn adversity around, you become a role model to a lot of people, because everybody's gonna face adversity at some point, no matter what you do. You can be the richest man in the world, you're gonna face adversity. You can be the poorest man in the world, you're gonna face adversity. You understand me? So everybody's gonna face adversity. How you deal with it determines who you are.
Were there any matches where you thought you lost, but eventually won?
There was a lot of them in the amateurs that I lost. I thought I knew I won, including that one. Pros, I know I beat Anthony Pettis last time I fought. I thought I won that fight, and they gave it to him, but you know, it happens.
How hard was it physically to fight in all of those weight classes?
It wasn't hard physically for me because I'm an offensive juggernaut, and when you're that offensive-minded, it makes it easy to kill. Just determines whether how much you want to eat today. You want to kill a bear or you want to kill a rabbit?
Lots of fans in Hungary, Germany and Poland waited for your fight against Dariusz Mski, who is half Hungarian for us. Why did that fight never happen?
Because he never wanted to come to the U.S. and fight me.
That was the only reason?
That's the only reason. Hey, when I was in my prime, I used to tell them on HBO, if you want to fight me, call my house. Don't call them. Don't call the people around me. Call my house. Because if you want to fight, if you rank high enough, I'm going to fight you anyway, just because I play King of the Hill. But if you got a title, I might fight you for free. You just got to come on over here. You understand me? Because that's how much I wanted every title in my weight class. And I had all of them except his. But I wasn't going to Germany because if he survived 12 rounds, I didn't feel like I would get the decision. So why would I just had to happen to me in Seoul. I'm the man. I'm pound for pound the best. Why I got to go to him?
You were undefeated since 2003, then it was a bit of a downfall. What was the motivation to continue after you achieved
Just because, once
everything?
again, just like at the Olympics, just because something bad happens to you don't mean you got to stop. People say that, but that don't mean that. You understand me? They want you to stop because you get older, or because, and it was a shock to my body to take that 25 pounds of muscle off. I did realize that later on, but I didn't realize that till later on because I'm not the guy who gonna duck and dodge nothing, and I'm not gonna quit midstream just because it don't go my way. So.
Who's the top 3 on your list of boxers?
That I fought, or in just overall?
Just generally.
Muhammad Ali, Salvador Sanchez, and my two number. I got 2 number 3s. I would put Sugar Ray Leonard and Roberto Duran together.
How did you got into the film industry?
By mistake.
Can you explain that mistake?
They came to one of my fights. Robert De Niro was doing a movie called The Devil's Advocate. They said, "Can we film your fight and film a scene from your fight for this movie?" I'm like, wow, they're gonna film it and it's gonna go in a movie. And the first thing you think, well, I can't lose for sure. You understand me? Because that's gonna be on film forever. So, I was like, okay. And so they did that movie, and I think it was the Vinny Pazienza fight, yeah. And then from there, I started getting other opportunities. So I would get calls, "Hey, you want to do this role?" Sure. And I would do it. It worked out. So the biggest one I got was The Matrix, right? But, excuse me, in hindsight, had I known what I know now, I'd have never did The Matrix. But it happened. It was good. It was a good look at the time because I was out on the mainstream, so it worked out. And I loved the experience. It was an awesome experience. I got to meet Lawrence Fishburne, Keanu Reeves, a lot of people I got to meet, so, and I got some good quality lessons in acting. And I knew I could have pursued it just from what they all were telling me, that I probably could have pursued it if I wanted to. But I was into boxing, and I don't like really being told what to do, So it's like, it's gonna be hard for me if I gotta do what somebody tells me to do. That's why I quit football, that's why I quit basketball, that's why I quit everything except boxing. Because in boxing, you can tell me what to do, but when I get out here, I'm gonna tell him what to do. You understand me? Yeah. So I might not listen to you, I'm probably not gonna listen. I get in trouble so many times for not listening because I don't listen well. I'm just not a good listener. You understand me? A good leader is usually not a good listener. Because if you listen, he never gonna make no decision. Everybody got an opinion. You understand?
Is Keanu Reeves a good fighter?
I don't know if he's a good fighter, but he's a good actor. He can act like a hell of a fighter.
You also got a record label. Is it still operating?
Still operating.
Any new
Yeah, got a song right
performers?
now called Never Turn My Back. Got one called Black Attire. Got a Y'all Must Have Forgot Part 2. Got one called Do It Big. That's the 4 that's out right now, yeah.
It's on Apple Music, right?
Yeah. Still rolling, by the head, still in the building.
Yeah, about the dual citizenship, you said earlier that why not keeping the Russian one? How did you get that?
Met Putin, very good guy, in my opinion, and the people that love me. And because anywhere people love me, I love them. If you accept and love me, I gotta love you back. It's just who I am. Like I give what's given to me. If you hate me, I'll just stay away from you. No big thing. Everybody's not gonna like you. Everybody's not gonna love you. But when people love me, you're gonna get the same thing back. It's just what it is.
You're looking for the 10 best fighters together with Hell. What does it take to be the best?
You gotta have a combination most of the time, but sometimes outstanding heart can do it. Sometimes outstanding skill can do it. But the best one is outstanding heart with outstanding skill. That's the one you really want. That's what I'm looking for in the end.
I just said, will you fight Tommy Fury? Will you fight Tommy
I
Fury?
don't know why this young man want to jump on me. I ain't got nothing against him, you know what I mean? Why they want to beat the old man up, I don't know. But it ain't easy as they think it is. But you know, I hope not, but if he keep on barking up this tree, like I told you, I have a hard time saying no. The only thing I was good at saying no to was drugs. I had no problem saying no to drugs my whole life. But when it comes to a fight, it just won't come out my mouth.